So GoHighLevel just released a brand new workflow builder and it looks entirely different. They've also made some adjustments to the existing workflow. And in this video, I'm going to just show you what the new workflow builder looks like, some of these key features that it has and how to turn this on for your actual sub account so you can test it out. And then lastly, I'm going to build a quick workflow that I have in one of my, other sub accounts here. And I'm just going to show you how you would do that with this new workflow builder, because if you are newer to GoHighLevel, it does look quite a bit different than probably most of my videos and most of the videos out there. So first things first, this is how it looks right now if you don't have this feature enabled. And they actually changed some of the colors on some of these things. And, they've updated kind of the UI of the existing workflow builder as it stands right now. So this is what it looks like right now. Now, in order to actually turn this on, first things first, you're going to go to your actual, sub account here, go to settings, and then you're going to go to labs. And then you're going to turn on this new workflow builder, okay? And now if we actually go back to that same exact workflow, this is my, ChatGPT SMS booking bot. So now if we go into this workflow, we're going to see it looks totally different than it did before. And that's why I wanted to make this video, because, if you're newer to workflows, this can look quite a bit different than it does on most videos you're going to see out there. So that's how you actually turn this on. Now, let me cover just a few, kind of quick things I've noticed, and then basically I'll build a simple little workflow using the new builder. That way you have a general idea of how to use this. So with that being said, obviously the first main thing is visually it looks entirely different, right? We went from kind of just a white background builder and a builder that was more static is how I would describe it, to the point where, you could zoom in and out with the zoom settings over here on the old workflow builder. But now we're kind of in this if you're familiar with Figma, you're kind of in this infinite workflow builder where you can scroll around and basically, create all kinds of stuff here. Now, for most people, if they're building simple workflows, this could potentially, be a little bit more complex, because you now have the ability to kind of infinitely scroll within the workflow builder, versus before it was pretty much just set in stone. And all you had to do was click the buttons, and you couldn't really move stuff around and just start scrolling all over the place. So it is a little bit different, right? For somebody that's more advanced with workflows, they'll be just fine with it. So visually, right, it looks entirely different. Secondly, you're in, like I said, this kind of, infinite, almost like a digital whiteboard, right? Where you can just scroll around and kind of build different things. The other thing is we now have this, I would almost call this just like a little compass here for where you are in the workflow. So if I want to zoom out, I have a MacBook, so I just zoom out right here by just, spreading apart my two fingers on the mouse, and this will zoom me in and out. So this is super easy to just kind of do on my computer and my setup. And you can see here, now I can actually see the entire workflow. So, I do, quite a bit of consulting calls with those of you that watch the channel. And sometimes, we'll get into a workflow and people's computer is either pretty small or they have two screens. And so sometimes we'll be in a workflow and, it'll kind of look like this. And it's okay, zoom out so we can actually see the workflow. So what's cool about this map is if we start scrolling over here, we can obviously see this white box just continues to get smaller, because I'm just getting further and further away from the workflow, and the workflow is basically all the way down here. So when I zoom back out, the cursor gets bigger, and then I can now see the actual workflow again. Okay, so those are the two kind of main things visually, right? It looks different. You got this map background where you can just scroll around however you'd like. And then we also have this little compass guide over here. Now, all the settings over here look the same, so they probably rolled these features out first, and then these features basically, were kind of connected to this new UI. So we're starting to see this new user interface across a lot of GoHighLevel, which personally I just think looks way better, so I'm excited about that. Anything that looks better, and smoother, I'm a fan of. Obviously, it still needs to function well. So now we're going to get into actually building a workflow. So I'm going to go into this particular sub account that I have, which is one of my snapshots. It's called my SaaS in a Box snapshot, and it's basically a booked call funnel system that you use with Facebook ads to get buyer and seller real estate leads. So inside of here, I'm just going to build out kind of a simple little follow-up sequence. This is a basic automation. That way we don't do anything too complex with the new builder. But basically, as a part of this snapshot, the way that it works is I show people how to run Facebook ads and basically take leads to a 3-step book call funnel. And so this funnel basically collects all kinds of information about the lead. And then once they submit that information, it goes to a schedule page where they can book a call. And then lastly, we have just a simple success page. So this is a snapshot that I have. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you how we can actually just build one of the automations that's in here and how we would build it with the new builder, because it does look a little bit different. So what this follow-up automation is when people actually fill out the survey, they get automatically texted. We have a wait period, then we have another text, a wait period, and all that good stuff. So I'm going to just show you in this, in this blank sub account here, how we would actually go about building this with the new builder, right? If you enable this feature, all your existing workflows are just going to update to the new user interface. But if you're building a workflow, once this feature is turned on, now you're going to be using the new builder. So I want to show you how you would do that. So I'm going to move this over here, and this is just our model. I'll probably just go a few workflows down and just show you. So the first thing is turn it on, and then we're going to just do create new workflow, and then we are going to start from scratch. So we're just going to click on continue, and now we basically have the same thing we had before. It just the look is just a little bit different. So the first thing, right, for any workflow is you don't have to have a trigger, but there's an option to select a trigger. Okay. Now you'll notice in this automation that I have, and in this snapshot there is no actual trigger. Now the reason being is because when I like to build things, I like to have the triggers in their own separate folder. So basically when somebody, fills out a Facebook lead form, this will automatically add the contact to, this phase 1 custom list of homes sequence follow-up that I was showing you. So that's already connected, okay, on this side. So when we go into the phase 1 of automated follow-up, there doesn't need to technically be a trigger here because of how I built this particular snapshot. So what I'm going to do though is just kind of show you how you do this. So in this case, you wouldn't select a trigger. If you wanted to choose a trigger, you can do that here, and you have all the same options that you used to have before. And basically, if we wanted to combine those 2 workflows that I have into one, you could just choose Facebook lead form being submitted right here. Okay. And you would just save this trigger. And now we've created our first trigger. Okay. And I'm only showing you the trigger just so, you have an idea of how to use it. So now our triggers over here, we can obviously add multiple triggers. So let's say a Facebook lead form is submitted, and then maybe we're running Google pay-per-click ads and we're using a GoHighLevel form. I may want to connect my form to this automation as well. So now we have 2, triggers here, and this is all connected to whatever we add after. So trigger is step 1, action is basically step 2. So in this particular case, we have an immediate text message that goes out to the lead after they fill out the Facebook lead form. And so I can just copy this here from this snapshot that I have. Now I can go over here, and for the action, I'm just going to choose SMS, and this will be called send SMS. So if we paste this over here, and we basically save this, we're basically good to go. So we've got our trigger. So when a Facebook lead form is submitted, or when a form is submitted, right, and this could be on your website or your funnel, then we send an SMS to the actual contact. Now you'll notice here, this one says SMS, and this one actually says initial outreach. Now the reason this one is named different is because we have a different action name. So I can click on this and line it up perfectly with the other one. So there we go. Make sure to save your work, because GoHighLevel doesn't auto save. So if you close out of this and you click confirm, this will get deleted. So I always make sure to save my work. So there we got the first 2 steps. Now you'll notice we have a little wait period of 5 minutes. So all we're going to do is click on plus. You can type in wait. And for this particular action, this is considered a time delay. So we're going to do 5 minutes. So we're going to wait 5 minutes from this action, and then before the next action happens. So we send a text. We're going to wait 5 minutes. So if I want to rename that, I can just type that there, and now we're caught up to speed. So I'm going to save the work again, and then we can go to the next step, which is the next text message in the snapshot. So we're going to go over here, click on SMS, click send SMS, and then we can click or paste that over here. And then the name for this one is Are You There? Because this is right when the lead gets generated from the Facebook ad. So this is the best time to basically reach out to the lead and get a response. So these are the first few kind of steps right here. I'll do a few more, and that'll give you guys the idea. So we have a wait 8 minutes for this one. So same thing, we're going to click on the plus, we're going to do wait, and then we are going to do 8 minutes here and save the action and save the workflow. Then I'll do this last SMS here, click send SMS, and we're going to go over to this general list. And this is basically specifically designed from the Facebook ads that I would run for real estate agents to get buyer seller leads. And so the offer in the Facebook ad is a list of homes. And basically this workflow is not going to continue running if the contact replies. So these 3 SMSs within the first, 15 minutes of them filling out the Facebook ad are specifically designed to get a response and get this lead on the phone. So the only thing I have over here that's different is I just named this, wait 8 minutes, and then I can rename this last little action, which is the SMS, and this one's called general list. And basically we have kind of the first, few SMS messages for the actual, workflow. So when a Facebook lead form is submitted, or a form is submitted, right, then we immediately text the contact. We wait 5 minutes, we text the contact again, we wait 8 minutes, and we text the contact again. Now, if you're new to workflows and you're wondering, wait, how do you know if this contact replies to these workflows and you keep, I don't want to keep sending this contact messages. So I use simplicity as my superpower. So for me, I just have one default setting for all of my follow-up workflows, which is stop on response. So what this will do is this will end the workflow for the contact if the contact responds to a message that is sent from the workflow. So very simple. This workflow will only continue to run if the contact has not responded. Very, very simple. So this is kind of the first 3 steps to, this snapshot that I have over here. I wanted to show you the new workflow builder. It looks great. It looks a lot better. And, just wanted to show you how to create a simple workflow. This is obviously very basic, but the snapshots that I have and that I use in my agency, they're very simple and they work great. So I wanted to show you the new workflow builder, how to turn on the feature, and then just how to build a basic workflow just in case, my old videos look different, because everything's going to look different now. So this is the new workflow builder, and there is a new workflow action that I just saw before I started making this video that I'm going to be covering in the next video, which is actually a huge video and a huge feature, because if you have an agency, you're going to like the way that this new workflow action, the new feature they added. So check that out. As always, if you would like to join our free school group, we have almost 2,000 members, and they're all individuals using GoHighLevel, building automation, learning about AI, and making money online. So it's a totally free community. You can, join that community down below. And if you need any sort of snapshots for your agency or your business, those are also linked below. And lastly, if you need any assistance with GoHighLevel, your agency, I do consulting, and there are links below to all that. So with that being said, I'll see you in the next video. Let me know what you guys think about the new workflow builder, and if there's anything you want me to cover on it, or if you want me to do any more advanced training on the workflow builder. Okay, so I'll see you in the next video, and I'll talk to you then. Bye-bye.